Good morning, you're watching PA Harness Week. I'm Sharla McBride. Well, we have some big stars to boast about on this week's show. We have the general of this sport, but we know him as the captain. Captaintreacherous making his return. Those highlights coming up. Plus, it's a big month at Pocono Downs. We'll give you all the details coming up in this week's episode of PA Harness Week. Captaintreacherous is on the track and looking better than ever at the Meadowlands. Plus, the PA Sire Stakes are taking over Pocono Downs, and we've got all the highlights. We'll also take a trip north to Canada for the Pepsi North America Cup. Those stories and much more are next. It's a show we like to call racing's fastest-paced half hour. PA Harness Week is starting right now on Comcast Sportsnet.
They're on. Welcome to Pahawi, Cambassado. We've got a big week for you this week. As a matter of fact, we get like a show and a half, but we're going to cram it into 30 action-packed minutes that will knock your socks off. Am I lying, Heather?
No,
No, I'm not lying. Okay.
As I like to say, not this time.
No, not this time. Okay. It's going to be like the round mound of rebound. You know who the round mound of rebound was? Leeds, Alabama, NBA, yada, yada.
Not Ron Burke.
No.
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley. Good, good. Way to go, girlfriend. Charles Barkley, indeed. Supposed to use the other hand. Right. And Charles Barkley, as many of you may or may not know, is a huge harness racing fan.
Yeah. Really?
Not really. I kind of made it up.
Okay.
But if he's not, he ought to be, right?
Absolutely.
Because let me tell you why. Here's what's going on at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. 1 week from tonight, they're going to have Sun Stakes Saturday. But you don't have to wait a week to get involved, because tonight, be still my heart, the Elims take place, and I'm talking about all the major horse flesh in the world will be converging on Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. Am I right, Heather?
That's true. It's not just a cluster of stars. It's pretty much like the whole galaxy.
Yeah.
All right. So the eliminations tonight are for the Earl Beal, the 3-year-old trotting colts.
$500,000.
Yes. The Lynch for the 3-year-old pacing fillies. The Ben Franklin, the older pacers. I mean, it's just the entire card is unbelievable. Lots of eliminations, but also tonight, back to the track night at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. A lot of really great things going on. Get out there early, 5 o'clock, register for these incredible tours of the paddock. Like, this is like behind the scenes. They're going to be giving every 20 minutes tours in the paddock. Get there at 5 and register. Also, you might win a chance to get in the starting car.
No.
Yeah, how cool is that? Well, isn't that awesome?
For those of you who have not been in the starting car, which is most of you, it is like nothing you can ever imagine. It is as good as it gets.
Yes. Harness racing bingo, souvenir t-shirts. Post time tonight, 6:30, Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. You don't want to miss it. Again, eliminations tonight, and then next week, the 28th, are the finals for Sun Stakes Saturday.
Exactly. And I want to make mention before we kick off of a regular PA Harness Week viewer. His name is Bob Kennedy, harness racing guy, loves the show. And he mentioned he was glad I mentioned Eddie Davis on last week's show, but I should have said the Smyrna Slasher, which of course makes him sound like an axe murderer from Smyrna, Delaware, who's on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. But in fact, what it was Eddie Davis's style, his southpaw whipping style, where he got the name Smyrna Slasher.
The left-hander.
That's right.
No, yep.
You got that.
Okay.
Okay, let's kick off the action. Race 3 at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs on Saturday was the Pennsylvania Sire Stakes, and the lovely Heather's got that for you.
Thank you very much. Yes, it was. 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trotters. Purse is over $72,000. The morning line favorite was actually scratched, so they're down to 6 in this one. Number 7 is Amped Up Hanover, the favorite at 3 to 5. Matt Kakaley's in the bike, and number 6 is Madewell Hanover. A huge long shot last time out, but also he ended up making a lot of ground up in that race.
Amped Up Hanover, who leads now by about 1.25 lengths. On the inside, J.J. Alex. Outside, Madewell Hanover, making a go of it first over, within 2 lengths of the leader. Then it's Shift into glide fourth. Now Dee Dee's Hitman joins the chase on the outside as well. And again, Explosive Cash out of it. And suddenly, Amped Up Hanover sees that lead nearly squandered here as Madewell Hanover just about even. 3/4, 124 and 3, 28 and 4, third panel, and Madewell Hanover takes a slight lead on Amped Up Hanover, trying to fight back. JJ Alex ready to pounce from third, shift into glide, sneaking up the pylons fourth. Top of the stretch, Madewell Hanover takes the lead now with Chris Ryder. Amped Up Hanover paying the price for those earlier fractions. JJ Alex trying to close, but Madewell Hanover has the jump on him here. Chris Ryder.
While Amped Up Hanover was doing the work on the front, Madewell Hanover trotting really strong first up and stayed strong to win in a very impressive career best of 153-3. Now we're totally familiar with trainer Chris Ryder being like the trainer of world champion pacing fillies, right? Now in this one he wears all 3 hats for the trotting colts, okay?
So he's diversifying.
He's the owner, trainer, and driver on this one. Congratulations, Chris. And nice price of $10.60. Now we've got JJ Alex finishing second. Amped Up Hanover was third.
Okay, the very next race on Saturday, the 4th, Pennsylvania Sire Stakes 3-year-old colt and gelding trotter, 72 dimes on the line. Number 4, Nuncio from the Jimmy Takter barn, went off at 1-9 with Matt Kakaley. Another Italian horse, number 5, Don Dorado. Sounds like an episode of The Sopranos. 11-1 with Jim Morrill Jr. And with the call, Jim Baviglia.
Don Dorado was able to clear Outburst and now has about a 2-length advantage and stretching that out with each stride. On the outside, Nuncio first over is within 5.5 of the lead. Still a lot of work to do for the heavy favorite. Sarcastic Man is fourth. Uwe Hanover behind the live cover. Then on the outside, Journey and Auspicious Hanover trails. It's still an edge for Don Dorado. It's down to about 3 now at the 3/4 pole and 125-2. 28-1 third panel. Don Dorado has it by about 2.5. Morrill hasn't asked yet. He may have to ask soon because now on the outside, Nuncio coming ranging up. Outburst trying to make another move. Top of the stretch, Don Dorado still there by about 3 lengths. Inside Outburst, outside Nuncio is in gear. Nuncio, Don Dorado desperate late, and Nuncio gave up all that ground early and gets up to win by a long neck.
My chiefing authorities, Don Dorado took the lead while Nuncio dropped back to last before getting into the outside flow, which for him was kind of lonely because he was the only one that pulled. Finally, with no help, Nuncio wore down Don Dorado to get up a neck in 153-4. Don Dorado was second, 2 back to a 50-1 shot. Outburst with Anthony, well, whatever his name is, Andrew McCarty. Was that his name? Andrew McCarthy, whatever.
You were in Italian mode? You wanted to say Andy Napolitano, didn't you?
I did. I was so into
You were so into character.
I know, incredible. All right, anyway, here's the 5th race, Saturday night, another Pennsylvania Sire Stakes with her.
Yes, with me. Okay, 3-year-old colt and gelding trotters at gate number 6 is Father Patrick. I can't impersonate a pastor. Sorry about that, folks. Overwhelming favorite in here. He was last year's champion for 2-year-old trotting colts, winning 10 of 11 gigantic stakes races last year, and he's actually been undefeated so far in his 2 starts. Going in, to this race this season, number 7 is Dancin Yankee. He's getting a little bit of support on the tote board, but everybody else double digits.
Kakaley just mellow in the bike as Father Patrick with no outside pressure can just coast on the front end of 3/4 in 125 even, 29 even third panel. And these fractions not up to the caliber of Father Patrick, so he can really turn it on now. He's leading by 1.5 over Dotsuk. Further back to Donnie Andreas third. Top of the stretch, and Father Patrick has it by about 1.5. Dotsuk going to take his chances on the inside, is gaining slightly there. Father Patrick still by 1/2 length. Dotsuk all out, making it interesting, but Father Patrick was never asked.
Faith in Bigard. Did Father Patrick win the race?
Yes. Actually, his last start, remember he won by like over 19 lengths, right? This time, he wins by like what, a neck?
Yeah,
okay?
what's up with that?
But still, he was just toying with them, okay? They win in 153-1. That's like a slow jog for Father Patrick, and no big whoop. Dancin Yankee came up the passing lane. It was a good effort for him, but he had to settle for second, and Donnie Andreas picked up the show spot.
Okay, stick around when we come back. More exciting action from Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. It will make you shiver.
Tonight, it's race night. Four championship races, over $2 million, and the fastest horses under the sun. Don't miss Sun Stakes Saturday on June 28th. At Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, race night is your time to shine.
The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, changing lives since 1976 by providing unforgettable experiences while educating young racing fans. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, hands-on equine learning at camps across the country and driving exhibitions. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, providing scholarships, leadership programs, career and college information. Support the Harness Horse Youth Foundation. Log on to hhyf.org and find us on Facebook. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, growing our future with enthusiasm.
Hello there, harness racing fan, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. She's Heather Vitale, I'm Steve Ross. As promised, race 10, a preferred pace at Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs. 25,000 on the line. Number 3, Bolt The Duer with Mark MacDonald. And number 2, Dynamic Youth with Andrew McCarthy. We're both even money. Number 5, Do Me That Again with Simon Allard was 5-1. And here's the call.
Dynamic Youth on top by about a length and a quarter over Do Me That Again. And now Bolt The Duer makes his move first over for MacDonald on the outside, coming up strong. Attaboy Dan tries to follow that, but having a hard time keeping up with the cover. Something in the wind stays into the back, and Digital Z-Tam looks to move up, and Bolt The Duer takes the lead away from Dynamic Youth with that strong move as they get to 3/4, 121 even, 27-1 third panel. Bolt The Duer has the lead, but hasn't been able to clear. Dynamic Youth fighting back gamely. Inside, Do Me That Again is still a threat, and now Attaboy Dan coming into contention, as well as Digital Z-Tam. Top of the stretch, Bolt The Duer still a slight lead on Dynamic Youth. Inside, Do Me That Again has another move. It's still Bolt The Duer. Do Me That Again, not going to get there, and Bolt The Duer finds his stride in a big way tonight.
Bolt The Duer got away third. Dynamic Youth in front. Down the backside, Bolt confronted Youth, and the two of them matched strides until Bolt proved that Youth is indeed wasted on the young. Winning a length in 148.2. Do Me That Again was second. Dynamic Youth faded to third, and Heather's got the 12th. It is also a preferred race.
Yes, it is a preferred trot. The purse is $25,000. 6 very rich and talented trotters here. Number 4 is Not Afraid. He's a 3 to 5 bettor's choice. Loves this track. Just took a career best here last month. And then number 6 is Quick Deal, 8 to 5, and he just won at the Meadowlands in 151 and 4.
They're single file to the half-mile marker. They get there 54 and 4, 27 and 3. Second panel, unconscious fractions here for the trotters. Up top, it's still Not Afraid, and Morrill not urging him at all. He's doing it by himself by a length and a half now over Quick Deal. Another length and a half back there to Froblucher. To the outside, Opening Night makes a first over move, still about 4.5 away. Behind that, Drift Away and Wind of the North saving ground at the back. Nothing has changed up front. It's still Not Afraid at the 3/4 pole, 122 and 4, 28 even. Third panel, it's Not Afraid still there by a length and a quarter. Quick Deal is a threat in the pocket. Inside, Froblucher needs room. Opening Night hanging a bit on the outside. Top of the stretch, Not Afraid trying to get it done from the pocket. Here comes Quick Deal inside Froblucher. Also Wind of the North looking for room. Not Afraid is still there.
I told you, right, that Not Afraid loves this track, doesn't he? I mean, he was so good in here. He has to work a little bit to get in the front, but then he takes the field like past the half in 54 and 4. I was like, what the French toast, right? That was unbelievable. They end up winning. Like, not an anxious moment. I mean, the horse is amazing. 151 and 4, new lifetime mark. Jimmy Morrill Jr. in the bike. Quick Deal took second. Wind of the North picked up third.
You gave me heart palpitations with that little French toast thingy. Scared the hell out of me. Stick around. When we come back, we're going to go to Harris, Philly. Some big-time horse racing, and Flesh is going to be in your face.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this day. Not in this race. Not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is harness racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Welcome back, harness racing fans. She's Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross. Action aplenty as promised. Harris, Philadelphia, Sunday's race 10. And the lovely Heather's got that for you.
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. It's winners over Pacers. The purse is $30,000. Number 8 is Dancin Yankee, 7-5 favorite. Won at Pocono and won 47-2 recently. You might remember, fastest race ever in harness racing history on a 5/8 mile oval.
Sounds remotely important.
Yeah, it is. It is. Number 6 is Clear Vision, not too shabby. 8 out of 11 races this year that he's been on the board against Stakes Company. Number 7 is Heston Blue Chip, just won here at Harris. Couple starts back in 1:50.3.
Dancin Yankee up 1. Clear Vision tracking his every step in second. Up on the outside, Big Town Hero continues to advance without help. Inside, Mears Hanover shuffled in 4th. Handsome Henry K second up 5th, 4 lengths away from the lead. Outside, Voice of Truth looking to get towed a bit closer. Right now is 3rd over and 6 away. Heston Blue Chip shuffled in, and the trailer Flemin' M. 3/4, 121 and 4 for Dancin Yankee. Clear Vision 2nd. The outside, Big Town Hero starting to fail after the long trip. Inside, Mears Hanover off the pocket now. Clear Vision as they straighten the way for the stretch drive. Dancin Yankee on the inside, Clear Vision on the outside. These two kick away. Dancin Yankee standing tall.
Dancin Yankee assigned that outside post, and yeah, we pretty much see why, okay? He cuts the rug right out of the gate. Follow the leader from here on out. Ron Pierce, Dancin Yankee, wire to wire win in 1:49, and that was very easy for them. Clear Vision, perfect trip, had to settle for 2nd. Heston Blue Chip was there for 3rd.
Sunday's 12th at Harris, Philly. Condition pace, non-winners of $17,500 in their last 5 starts. 20 dimes on the line. Number 4, Easy Noah with Ron Pierce was 2-1. Number 5, Cambassado with Tim Tetrick, and number 2, Hang 10 with Yannick Gingras were both 3-1, and with a call, Mike Bozich.
Easy Noah still doing heavy battle with Cambassado. Inside, Contraband Hanover's begging for racing room. Ideal Matters surging up 3 wide now. Bonfire Bliss caught in a blind switch. They straighten the way for the stretch drive. Easy Noah trying to sprint away. Outside, Cambassado. Contraband Hanover up the inside. Extreme center. Here comes Village Beat. Also in between, Bonfire Bliss. Cambassado in between. Cambassado wins.
Cambassado raced on the outside for the mile, but managed to win it by a neck despite a furious late rally by number 1 Village Beat off a 30-1 with Dave Miller. 30-1 with Dave Miller, who came from the men's room and took a tough beat. Number 6, Contraband Hanover, a 6-1 shot with Corey Callahan, got 3rd. And when we come back, you're not going to believe this, Heather. The captain, El Capitano, Captaintreacherous, back in action. First start of the season. It's coming up next.
Tonight, it's race night. Four championship races, over $2 million, and the fastest horses under the sun. Don't miss Sun Stakes Saturday on June 28th. At Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, race night is your time to shine.
Hello there and welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back. I don't know why I broke into welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Cartier, Mr. Cartier. Okay, as promised, we are going to go to the Meadowlands. Their feature on Friday night was the $100,000 Meadowlands Maturity. The big gun was in town. His name?
Captaintreacherous.
And what can we say about this horse?
Well, first of all, a couple years ago when he was 2, he was Pacer of the Year, which is like, it was 25 years since a 2-year-old had ever been Pacer of the Year. So that's a huge deal. Then the next year, last year, he's 3, he's Pacer of the Year again, okay? So now he's 4 and he's like, oh, grown up. Oh, okay. And let me tell you, he looks unbelievable. So he's had a couple of preps going into this debut, a couple really good qualifiers, but he draws post 10 in here in his debut. And qualifiers are a bit different from a pari-mutuel. So is he ready? Let's see.
Captaintreacherous just floated away. The heavy favorite is about 4th right now as they round the first turn. It's Rockin' Amadeus and Word Power with good speed. 2 lengths back to Tarpon Hanover 3rd. Apprentice Hanover going up there from 4th. Captaintreacherous now 5th on the outside. Sunfire Blue Chip is 6th past the opening quarter. Then it's Dovudo Hanover. Odds on Equilius to the outside, and DD's Dragon. Twilight Bonfire can see them all. Hot 26
First marker for Apprentice Hanover, who surges. Used hard here, Apprentice Hanover, and Mark MacDonald looks to settle down with Word Power back in second now. Rockin' Amadeus third, and there goes the captain. Captaintreacherous sailing up on the outside. And he, in a blink of an eye, takes the lead. It is Captaintreacherous by Apprentice Hanover past the half. Word Power is third. The half 54 seconds flat. And left uncovered is Sunfire Blue Chip now, and he begins to surge on the outside fourth. Rockin' Amadeus left in fifth. Dovudo Hanover second over, sixth on the outside, followed by Odds on Equilius third over. Shuffled back is Tarpon Hanover as they head to three quarters. Then Twilight Bonfire to the outside and DD's Dragon. So it's Captaintreacherous in full control. Captaintreacherous in front now, and here comes a Sunfire Blue Chip to challenge on the outside. Locked in is Apprentice Hanover third now as they turn for home. All set to slingshot is Dovudo Hanover. 122 and 2 for three quarters in the stretch. And it's Captaintreacherous trying to fend off Sunfire Blue Chip on the outside, trying to outsprint them. Captaintreacherous under urging. Off cover comes Odds on Equilius on the outside with Dovudo Hanover between horses. The captain on the inside digging in, sprinting to the line. Captaintreacherous, he's back.
Captaintreacherous, he leaves out of the gate. He gets on the pylons fit there, tucks in a little bit, but he's not tucking in for long, right? Tim Tetrick pulls the right line. They go right to the front, and they get a little bit of a breather, but they still have to fight off some competition. He ends up crossing the wire in 149 and 2, puts all his doubters to ship. Oh, the haters can go away now, right? Tony Alonda trains Captaintreacherous, as well as the horse who finished second, by the way, and that was Odds on Equilius. Dovudo Hanover was third. Sharla McBride, well, she caught up with the winning driver, Tim Tetrick, about the captain.
All right, thanks, guys. I'm here with a guy who really needs no introduction, but for those new people watching, this is Tim Tetrick. And Tim, you were back in the sulky today, or last week, with Captaintreacherous, finally back on the track. The first time this year, what was that like?
It was good to see him back. You know, I've qualified him a few times, and he felt as good as ever. And, you know, he raced a really good race. He had a bad post 10 hole, and he overcome that. And I was super happy with his effort.
There's been some doubters out there that when he got back on the track that maybe it wouldn't go as well, but he kind of proved them wrong, didn't he?
He's, you know, he's made $2 million for a reason. He shows up, and every time there's money on the line, he gets the job done, and I'm super proud of that.
Back on the track now as a 4-year-old. What changes have you seen in him?
Well, he's bigger and stronger. He's got more muscle over his rear end and stuff, and you know, he just, as most horses do, when they get older, they get bigger and stronger, and he's no exception to that. And you know, his mentality of wanting to win is still there, which that I never expected that to leave. And you know, Tony's done a great job bringing him back and having pointed right in the right direction to go for the big money. And you know, I feel very confident with him.
And you're with him again tonight and then Ben Franklin and going up against another big horse, foaled again. What do you think that's going to be like?
Well, it's going to be his toughest task to date. You know, foaled again is an amazing animal. I wish I only making all that money, but he's a super horse, and my horse, I'm very confident with him. You know, we got to make the final this week and go into next week for the big money, and I expect a good effort from my horse. I'm not afraid of anybody. You know, I respect a lot of horses, but hopefully he'll come through like he always does.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Sharla, and continued success with Captaintreacherous, Tim Tetrick. Time now to go north of the border up to Mohawk. Wow, what a card Saturday night. Unbelievable. Let's start off with the fourth race, the $272,000 Goodtimes final for 3-year-old trotters. Number 5, Trixton, a moose of a horse, off at 1 to 1 million with Jimmy Takter. Got himself parked for a half before Takter sneered, then stepped on the gas and blew their doors off, winning by 6 in 151 and 3. Remember that name, Trixton.
All right, next we've got the $266,000 Armbro Flight Stakes. The big question is, could the favorite number 4, Perfect Alliance, continue to be perfect as she enters the race 11 for 11 in 2014, or is it going to be number 9, Be a Magician, the 2013 Harness Horse of the Year? It ended up being a totally different last, winning this one, and that was number 5, Classic Martine. She wins by a length in 152 and 1 with driver Tim Tetrick. Perfect Alliance was second, and Rockin' with Dewey was third.
Okay, Saturday's 7th at Mohawk. The $330,000 Roses are red final for fillies and mares. Number 4, Andrew Vett, with Tim Tetrick with 6-5 in the pace setter. Until number 9, Somewhere Over Rainbow came a-calling and grabbed the lead in the stretch. But Andrew Vett showed her class and came roaring back to win her the length in 149-1. Proclamation. How tough was this field? Off at 44-1 with Yannick Gingras was 3rd.
Okay, now we've got the $100,000 Mohawk Gold Cup pace. We've got number 7, State Treasurer, recently won the Molson Cup. Number 6 is foiled again, the Sports Richest Horse. Number 1, Thinking Out Loud, a former North America Cup winner. So which superstar won it? Don't you know it was the poorest horse in the race and one of the longest shots on the board? It was Evening of Pleasure, going off at 80-1 with driver Sylvain Filion. He finds room, gets up to cross the wire in 149-2. Foiled again was 2nd, and Better's Edge was 3rd.
The second bomber he has bought in a week, Sylvain Filion. Unbelievable. He had D'Orsay, you'll remember, last week. Saturday's 9th, the $457,000 Fan Hanover final for 3-year-old pacing fillies. Jimmy Takter strikes again. Number 2, Ufizzy Hanover, the Alka-Seltzer horse, was 8-5 with Dave Miller and set behind 2-hole behind pace setter number 1, Nata Virgin, 5-2 second choice with Rick Zeron, and outfinished that rival, winning at a length in 154. Number 4, Take That Hanover, a 70-1 bomber with Mike Saptic, was 3rd, and now the race everybody was waiting for. It was only worth $1 million. The Pepsi North America Cup, and with this amazing 3-year-old heat, here's Heather.
Yes, this is Canada's richest race, by the way. Now, the 3 horses that are getting the most respect on the board are the 3 that you would anticipate would, and those are the 3 elimination winners. We've got number 3, Tell It Like It Is. He was the fastest winner last week, and he is the favorite here. Also getting a little play at number 2, McWicked, and number 4, Lions Somewhere.
Quarter was on the board in 25-1, and that ties the fastest first quarter in the history of the Pepsi North America Cup. Lions Somewhere takes them to the 3/8 pole, but here comes Tell It Like It Is with a rush on the outside. And now on the backstretch, here comes He's Watching, and Tetrick puts the pedal to the metal. He's Watching on the outside, engages. Tell It Like It Is in backstretch battle and clears. The half is up in 53-2. To the far turn they go. He's Watching on the lead now, back in second. Tell It Like It Is. First over 3rd, McWicked is driving uncovered. Then it's back 4th inside to a locked up Lion Somewhere. Picking up cover to the outside now. There's JK End of an Era towards the inside from in 6th position. Luck Be With You. 7th out all the way, as sometimes said. They come to 3/4, and He's Watching is on top. 2 lengths better than the Pocket Sitter as they come off the final turn. They're in that pocket spot as they come by 3/4 in 120-3 is Tell It Like It Is. McWicked first over from in 3rd. Lion Somewhere needs some racetrack. JK End of an Era on the outside closing. Tetrick goes to work. He's Watching, digs in. Outside, off cover comes JK End of an Era, and it's Sears and JK End of an Era surging in deep stretch.
Last week, JK End of an Era, he was a 1-2 shot, right, and he ends up finishing 3rd. This week, he goes off at 12-1 in the final, and he wins a whole dang thing, right?
Surprise.
Man, okay, He's Watching, doing the work on the front. JK End of an Era never saw the pylons. He ends up getting a really good second over trip behind McWicked. Comes home the fastest to win in 148-4. Tell It Like It Is was 2nd. He's Watching was 3rd. This horse pays $26.30.
Trained by?
Ron Burke, congratulations to the Burke stable, their very first Pepsi North America Cup winner, and Brian Sears is 2nd, by the way.
You made a good point to me, by the way. The fact that Ron Burke wins virtually every race, but he's never won one of these big 3-year-old races, right?
Yeah.
Till
right,
now.
I know, but we hear his name everywhere.
Okay, that's going to do it for another action-packed episode of PA Harness Week. For all of us here, Bruce Casella, Sharla McBride, my lovely partner, Heather Vitale. I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to pick up the pace, just a taste, and get high on harness.
It's only natural.